Next up, we checked out Forza.
So we're speaking to Dan, who's the creative director behind Forza, which is incredible. So what we've seen of Forza 6 so far is absolutely beautiful. The graphics look seamless. So how have you guys achieved that?
Well, thank you very much. Teams worked very hard to come here at E3. You know, we had Forza Motorsport 5 that launched on the Xbox One, and that allowed us to make our DX11X engine run great at 60 frames per second and 1080p. And there were 16 cars on track. But having 2 years to really optimize on the platform, plus Forza Horizon 2, which shipped on the same engine, allows us to make Forza Motorsport 6. 450 cars, 26 environments, 24 cars on track, running at 1080p, 60 frames per second. And night and rain, which our fans have been asking for a long time.
So obviously Forza is an iconic franchise, so how do you guys keep things fresh with the tracks?
Well, you know, for us the tracks are all about accuracy. But when there's conditions like hot weather or cold weather as well as night and rain, we just do the research. We also had a vision for an experience. We live in Seattle. In Seattle it rains quite a bit. So we knew what rain should feel like. We wanted it not to just be a loss of grip, but also having puddles you'd hydroplane through. And a difference in grip between paint and tarmac and sealant and everything else. So we did the homework. But ultimately it's what the fan feels when they're driving among 24 other cars. They see the puddle and they're worried, like, what do I do? Do I brake? Do I go through it? It's those experiences that make you remember a game. Same thing for night. We wanted it to be pitch black outside of your headlights, so you're nervous. What's beyond these lights? What am I doing racing so fast on a track at night? And you know, we think we really captured that experience.
So other than, I guess, the environmental changes, what was another major request from fans that you guys have added into the game?
Well, you know, we've got a huge career. It's a 70+ hour career, and that's really the story behind the numbers. When you think 450 cars, it's a lot of cars, 26 environments, 10 new environments, that's a lot of content, but it allowed us to make this career that takes you on a tour, a world tour of some of the greatest moments in motorsport, and exposes people to new experiences they've never had in racing or in games. So I'm really excited about that feature. Also, our fans love multiplayer. So we have new leagues, 24-car multiplayer on dedicated servers, and leagues puts together people of similar skill and temperament, so you have great racing all the time.
So can you tell us, are there any Australian tracks in the game?
Well, you know, in Forza Motorsport 5 we had Bathurst and we had the V8 supercars. And in this version we have Bathurst again, we have updated V8 supercars, and actually Mark Scaife hosts some of the information in the game. Famous driver from the Bathurst race. He's actually hosting some of the races in the game, so you actually get to hear his voice and his take on that race.
That's absolutely awesome. And what can you tell us, a Forza fan, when they get hands-on with this game, what is going to be their very first impression?
Wow, I think honestly the game looks amazing, but if you're a real Forza fan, it's the 24 cars on track. It's just a packed track. And Drive-A-Tar was a really new feature on Forza Motorsport 5, and I think it took people by surprise how human they drove. But we had some fans say, well, we wish they could be a little bit more professional. So we added a toggle. You can turn on professionalism, and the Drive-A-Tars still have their human characteristics, but they don't drive quite as meanly. I think the players are going to really notice that, especially with a 24 car.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the game. It's looking fantastic so far. Thank you.
Thank you.